The coin market cap is used to summarize everything that is said in this video. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more XRP news and news about other cryptocurrencies in general. Look at this now. Judge Torres is thinking about what to do. Alderoty talks about rules. Judge Torres is working on a final order about fines and court orders as part of the remedies phase of the case between Ripple and the SEC. The parties are also talking about possible challenges. After almost the whole month of July going by with no progress, the XRP army and lawyers are now waiting for a decision in the case in August. However, the experts say that appeals are likely already underway in the case, even though the court just gave its decision. There are different points of view on the challenges in the Ripple v. SEC case. Many people, including wealth advisor Mickle, think that the case against the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission is the weaker one, because Ripple has already won so many times. That being said, the lawyers said that both sides can appeal decisions that have already been made. Right now, Judge Annalisa Torres and Judge Sarah Netburn are looking over a number of papers. Some of these motions are expert testimony, unsealing of papers, and the final judgment. Some lawyers, including Fred Rispoli and James Murphy, say that Judge Torres can skip the motions that are sent to Judge Netburn and instead announce the final decision in July or August during the remedies phase. Sherry, who knows a lot about the case between Ripple and the SEC, said that if the SEC doesn't appeal, it will hurt all of their other Bitcoin cases. She also wants to know why Ripple isn't appealing the decision that over-the-counter odd sales are thought to be securities offerings. The company makes more money when it sells XRP Odo. People in Ripple and the XRP army don't need to worry about getting fined because Judge Torres will decide the amount and give an explanation. The injunction's formal language would be the deciding factor that would have an effect on how the business runs. Mark Fagel, who used to work as an attorney for the Securities and Exchange Commission, says that DSCCC made it clear in public that it planned to appeal the case. There are also some things that could be thought about in terms of the impact of future events, changes in policy or strategy, and other similar factors. The Securities and Exchange Commission will be worried about the earlier interlocutory appeal being turned down and the risks of taking the case to the Second Circuit Court if they decide to appeal against the summary decision. The settlement in the XRP lawsuit is still the most controversial part of the case, and rumors are building about what will happen next with it after either Ripple or the SEC does something. With the latest rumors about the SEC meeting behind closed doors, what Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse said in an interview with Bloomberg about the case and settlement between Ripple and the SEC made things even more heated. Have shot down the present claims that a deal was made. Executives from Ripple said that payouts had not been talked about. Still, the court would probably let the two sides meet and talk about how they might be able to work things out. Told Ripple about how clear the rules are. Hey, Stuart Alderoty. On July 26th, the video on the UI website showed Stuart Alderoty, who is the chief legal officer at Ripple, talking about how he sees the changing rules for crypto assets. The MiCA law in the European Union, the Financial Services and Markets Act 2023 law in the UK, and the US regulation by enforcement policy were all looked at by Alderoty when he looked into how the US, the UK, and the EU regulate. When it comes to cryptocurrency, he said that he wasn't happy with how the United States regulates and polices it. Alderoty said it was a good turn of events. That clear rules are being made in Congress right now with backing from both parties. Regulators need to have clear rules that tell the difference between bad players and good actors. This will protect investors and make sure that new technologies are quickly adopted. Echoed Morgan's worries and thoughts about the Ripple CC deal. Fagel said that the fact that there would be no more chances to file an appeal after the settlement was finalized could be a big problem for both sides in the settlement process. The former lawyer for the Securities and Exchange Commission also talked about the huge fines that the government put in place. It's possible that this will be lost, and the blockchain payments company will probably not be able to pay it. The Securities and Exchange Commission asked for a $1 billion fine, as well as about the same amount in interest and money back. The SEC has only put this point of view before the court, and they will not get it. There has been no change in the numbers, though. As an example of past cases and their financial effects, Stuart Alderoty, chief legal officer of Ripple, said that the Securities and Exchange Commission might not be able to get any benefits because of the Aaron Gobble case, which set a standard. From his point of view, the governing body can't make a claim against the seller for profit if the buyer doesn't lose any money. Morgan previously said in an article about X that institutional investors did not lose any money. This stance is in line with what he said before. Alternatively, the Securities and Exchange Commission, as he said in March, that buyers lost $480,000 because Ripple was unfair to them during the sale of XRP on demand. Key settlement terms and talks have been going on for a long time, and XRP has been going up all the time. At the time this article was written, we had already talked about this slightly. For cryptocurrency fans and investors, it is very important to keep a close eye on XRP. Market experts say that breaking through important support levels like $0.65 could allow XRP to rise back to $1 and beyond. This could be a huge win for investment and make things better in the future. The Bitcoin market as a whole. The current court case between Ripple and the SEC is very important for XRP and the cryptocurrency market as a whole. The decision could lead to big price increases and much needed help from the government. To keep risks low, always do your study and think about spreading out your investments. Any good news about the law could have a quick and big effect on the market. To make smart financial choices, lucidity, you need to keep an eye on trends and learn new things. What do you think about the Ripple case and some of the recent whale activity? Please tell me in the comments. I've tried to explain to others what private meetings are and how they work. I've also told them why, if there was a settlement, it probably wouldn't even be planned at one, since I was probably the only one here who used to go to them. I said it would have an effect on the settlement because the SEC could file an appeal against the ruling about programmatic sales of XRPUD. But because XRP's price dropped below 0.40 cents, Mark Fagel says that people shouldn't be too optimistic about the chances of a Ripple deal. The CEO and Klola of Ripple are still hopeful that a quick deal will be reached. XRP is selling at 598 cents right now, which is 7 cents more than it was last week, even though there are a lot of unknowns. Mark Fagel, a former attorney for the Securities and Exchange Commission, has warned market participants that they might be too optimistic about the chances of a settlement in the ongoing court battle between the SEC and Ripple Lab. The information given is not meant to be taken as trade advice. Any purchases made based on the information on this page are not the responsibility of the people who made them. Before making any investment decisions, you should definitely do your own study and talk to a professional who knows what they're talking about.